G'day mates, I'd like to show you my country. I'm Angela Bence. With my parents Phil and Kathy, I've lived in Australia the last 4 years. Come with me to a land down under, a land of open spaces, deserts and ranches. A land of lush vegetation, rainforests, bushland. A land of abundant wildlife, roos and parrots. A land of tropical paradise, coral reefs and palms.
5 years ago, God invited our family to Australia. At that time, we saw the land down under as little more than a place on a map and some pictures from National Geographic. Now, Australia is Judy, John, and Sarah. They have become our friends, our family, our mates. Australia has become home.
We have seen a land of many peoples in densely packed cities, Greeks, Italians, Asians. A land of diversity, a land of great potential and of great need. And we, the Bences, are called by the Lord to this land of potential. We witness the blessing of God on the Australian church, struggling with a secular society. We are world mates with the diverse mixture of ethnic peoples in Australia, the land down under. With all Australia's potential, it is a land which is spiritually starving. Its people look for meaning in football, bowling, status, property, travel, pleasure, escape.
Historically, Aussies have not looked to the church for help. Self-reliance and dependence on good mates rule out any desire for church authority. Their great strength in taming the land has become their own worst enemy. And if Australians did look for spiritual meaning, where would they go? Buddhism, Islam, and Hinduism all offer their ways, along with Christianity. How would the Australians recognize the truth? The great majority of Australians are worshipping the gods of this world, but the one true God still rules. The Wesleyan Church is proclaiming this good news in Australia. Over the last 25 years, the number of Wesleyan churches has increased from 6 to nearly 80. Membership in the last 3 years alone has increased from 1,500 to over 1,800.
The national leaders have committed themselves to planting more churches, to reaching more people for Jesus. Even though a strong evangelical church is growing in Australia, the need is still great. The need for leaders. Leaders who can disciple and train others for the battle against materialism, self-reliance, and Eastern religion.
The Wesleyan Church responded to the need for leadership by establishing Kingsley College 46 years ago. As the church has grown, Kingsley has continued to provide leaders, ministering to the needs of people throughout Australia.
In 1990, Phil and I joined the Kingsley family to teach on the faculty and help train these future leaders. From the beginning, we have bonded with Kingsley College, its campus, people, and the task God gave us. The campus, comprising less than 2 acres, includes an administration classroom building, a small library, apartments for 16 families, and rooms for 12 single students. The full-time student body includes approximately 50 students. Another 100 students commute for part-time study in both undergraduate and master's level classes. All classes seek to prepare students for pastoring, counseling, and other forms of Christian ministry.
As faculty members, Kathy and I have taught a variety of courses, ranging from church history to youth ministry. We both have grown to love teaching. But our richest ministry may take place outside the classroom. We lead weekly growth groups, discipling 4 to 6 students. Further impact comes as we interact with students informally, on the volleyball court, during breaks, or in their apartments. We gladly help them find healing for past hurts and grasp God's exciting plans for the future. Perhaps you will better understand our vision for Australia if we introduce you to some of our graduates.
Since graduating last year, Mark and Louise Durham pastor a Wesleyan church in Belgrave, a Melbourne suburb. They're challenging their church toward non-traditional methods of outreach by emphasizing ministry to youth and young adults. Mark reports that his Kingsley training prepared him well to lead this changing church.
Because of the ethnic diversity in Australia, the Wesleyan Church has established congregations among many people groups. 15 years ago, Tan Nguyen, his wife, and family escaped Vietnam as boat people. While waiting in a refugee camp, he and his family became Christians. Tan felt a call to the ministry, and they came to Kingsley College for training. Now, Tan is pioneering a new church among the Vietnamese people in downtown Melbourne. Tan, a math teacher, offers tutoring in math and English to these immigrants and then holds a Bible study. A gifted evangelist, Tan has led many Buddhists into a new life in Jesus.
Other Kingsley graduates travel overseas to build the kingdom. Some are Australians who leave their home for cross-cultural ministries. Don Floyd, a former Kingsley student, serves as a missionary in Papua New Guinea. Some come from other countries to train at Kingsley in order to serve in their homelands. Daniel Zhang will soon return to his home in China to pastor underground house fellowships.
Cedric Rodrigo came to Kingsley from his home in Sri Lanka, an island nation off the coast of India. Cedric and his wife Charlene added much life and spicy food to the college community. Last year, they returned home to pioneer the Wesleyan Church in Sri Lanka. In house fellowships given to evangelism and discipleship, they are building the kingdom in a Buddhist country. In 2 Timothy, the Apostle Paul told Timothy to teach reliable people who would be able to teach others. God has given us that ministry. We have taught Mark, Tan, and Cedric. They are now reaching others. You can see why we call ourselves world mates.
During our 4 years in Australia, many of you, through your gifts and prayers, have joined us as we ministered to our students. That makes you world mates too. You have enabled us to train and disciple many. They, in turn, are reaching out to the world. Your resources, both finances and prayers, are needed. And don't rule out the possibility of coming to Australia.
You can become world mates with us and Australia by coming down under for a visit. Perhaps you can help with maintenance or with tasks in our library. Whatever your abilities, you can come and share Christ's life with the Kingsley College family. You can become world mates with us and Australia through your financial support. Your giving can enable Kathy and me to return home to Australia and resume our ministry of training leaders. You can become world mates with us and Australia through prayer. Pray for us as we continue to equip our students. Pray for Mark, Judy, and other graduates whom God is using in Australia and the surrounding area. Join us in this exciting work. Be a world mate.